when you're young, when you're sort of new in the business or in an industry or in your career, that's when you tend to get jobs through the posted job market. You apply, you see the job posted somewhere, you apply to it with the job application, you then go through the interview process with recruiters running the show, and then if you're lucky, you get to talk to a hiring manager. That's how a lot of younger people get hired. As we progress through our career, we leave that process behind, and instead, you tend to get jobs that are more on the hidden job market, meaning that you get them through networking, right? The reason why they're considering you is not because of your impressive resume and how you use their lingo and how you meet all the official requirements. That's not generally how it works. It still can work, and it varies by industry, but usually what happens is now they're hiring you because they know of you, right? And you come highly recommended by someone they trust. So for example, in the oil and gas industry, maybe you spent like 25 years working for Esso or something, and now you're going to move over to BP or something like that. Now, if you say, okay, I spent the last 20 years in increasingly senior roles at Esso. I started in this role, and I'm currently in this role. Like up here, I'm like a financial controller or something, whatever you are, systems engineer, or you supervise a engineering department or whatever role you were in. So that's in Esso. Now you're trying to apply for something, you want something in BP, so you reach out to your counterpart, the boss of your counterpart at BP, the boss of the financial controller of that division, or the boss that manages all the technical divisions or something like that. And you say, yeah, for the last 25 years, I've been moving up in Esso, I'm right here. That's something that they can verify. They go, oh yeah, I know my counterpart at that competitor at Esso, and oh, you work for them. You work for Francine or whatever. I know Francine. You say, yeah, she's my boss or whatever. It's like, okay. So there you go. Instant credibility. They know you're not making it up. They know you're not incompetent, and that's something that they can easily verify, right? So already, you don't have to prove your competence. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you've been there for in that role for 5 years, whatever, working for someone they know, it's like, okay. So now the question becomes, do we have a vacancy here right now? And if so, what are we looking for? Are we looking for that type of person, or are we looking for someone that's going to bring in new ideas or, whatever, right? And so you don't do this. You don't get this job by looking for a job posting, talking to a recruiter, having to painstakingly prove to them that, you are competent, you do meet the requirements, you can handle it, like you're almost like right out of school. You know what I mean? So already you're having an adult conversation with someone who can hire you. Now, if they have a job they're trying to fill, they would rather fill it with someone like you than a total stranger that's just off the street that applied with a resume, and you have no personal connection to anyone they know, or they don't know of you, right? There's no personal skin in the game, right? For them to then put you in a senior position and trust that you're going to make good decisions on their behalf, that's a tall order when you're a stranger, when nobody knows you and you're an unknown quantity. So that's why careers tend to evolve this way. You tend to get your later jobs through networking on the hidden job market, and we tend to start out by getting our first jobs on the posted job market, talking to recruiters. That's a general progression. Because you said you're 48, I would highly recommend that you take this approach. You learn all you can about it and start doing that. Doesn't mean you have to know a million people. You don't. But if you're going to people in the same industry, they've maybe heard of you, of your department, and that's instant credibility. It's not going to be like that with a recruiter. Recruiters are going to want to know, do you have 5 years in this experience? Right? It's going to be very almost insulting, right? So learn all you can about that. That's the way I'd recommend you go. Okay, then you don't have to worry about should I say I'm too experienced? Do they find people? That stuff doesn't matter, because when you say who you are and they understand what you are, they go, okay, instant credibility. All that stuff goes away instantly.